Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Final Fantasy IX.
Here we are on the
Here we are on no control over the
continent.
we're on the
continent.
we're on a continent.
It's got a name.
It does have a name. Oh wait, you know how you can find out what the name is?
Oh, how?
Moogle friend.
Oh, Google friend.
Nope, that's just Blair surpassed planes.
It's a whole lot of. Why the compound word? What is this, German?
Seems to just be Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah.
Possibly. Oh, when we're fighting.
It's been a while since we've been fighting.
We are fighting a house, it would seem. And I can
Why
tell
does it
you
have many human legs?
I don't know, but its name is Armstrong.
Its name is Armstrong. And no magic works on this place.
No, I think magic probably works here.
Oh, well, once we get further along then.
Once we're in the dungeon itself.
Gotcha. It's funny because Final Fantasy VI has a place for magic. You can only use magic.
Ah.
And then Crystal Project also had a place where you can only use magic.
Crystal Project had an all magic. All magic? Yeah.
A magic only dungeon.
Magic only dungeon. That was the worst dungeon.
I found it almost trivial.
I had to completely redo my setup. I had to be like, oh wait, this character doesn't have any magic at all.
See, I had characters who were never mages, but through the passive level up thing, they were both capable of doing warlock spells and nomad spells.
Yeah, so that's we can talk about Crystal Project because you played it.
I beat it.
You did. Warlock was like busted. It's crazy.
I didn't find it that useful.
It was so incredibly useful.
Spells don't do anything.
They do. They applied buffs or debuffs.
Yeah.
And it's the only class with the ability to do 2 revives.
Yes, that is true.
And the only class with a dispel.
Hear me out.
Yes.
Yeah, with a dispel. Dispel I didn't really find necessary.
Oh.
Because I preferred using Summoner to gimp enemies during major turns.
I also had Summoner.
I liked I had Valkyrie on my team, Summoner on my team, and Cleric on my team. I did not need 2 raises per turn because everybody had re-raise on them constantly.
Fair enough. I felt that Valkyrie MP was too low to have that much use. Like, it was really good, but
yeah.
And the what was it? Stealing Wind, really good. Spell, no MP.
You tweak them. Anyway, that was a game I played.
It was a game you played.
I've played many games since we last streamed.
Yeah, which means you can talk about a lot of things.
Yeah. So Crystal Project. Let me talk about Crystal Project last. I probably have the most to say about it.
Okay.
But I played Terranil, which is a reverse city builder, is how it's described itself.
You blow up the cities.
I think it's from Devolver. It's maps that are like polluted and destitute, and you have to use technology to like bring the greenery back and bring the animals back.
Interesting.
And then recycle all the buildings you made and leave.
Interesting.
Very enjoyable game. It functions more as a puzzle game than anything because you start with a limited resource, and like that resource is essentially plants. So you have to like detoxify the land and then grow plants that uses a resource to gain your resource, so you have to do it with a certain amount of efficiency. there's restrictions on where you can build like power infrastructure. And there's some stuff that, like, if you want to dig a trench to make a river flow a different way, there's tools to do that, but tools to do that will have like different effects on the environment that might not be useful, that might be useful and might be damaging. It makes a very interesting and engaging puzzle game, and I really liked it, and I can recommend it. I like I said, I think it's Devolver. It's Devolver Digital published it. Developed by 3 Lives. They're the fucking Broforce people.
Ah, okay. That's a game I played.
The Broforce and Gorn people made a.
Oh, they also did Gorn.
Made a lovely little reverse city builder.
Neat.
What else did I play?
I am in danger.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's so many cactuars. For the Vampire Survivors DLC.
Yep.
Which is a good DLC.
Good DLC.
I would say most of the new stuff that was introduced I like. And then there's the bow, and I hate it. It's terrible and useless.
The bow was not a good weapon. No, no, it was not.
Everything else about the DLC is great.
Yes.
Play Vampire Survivors. If you already own it, the DLC's $2. If you don't own it, the game plus the existing DLC
it's less than $10
is $9.
Yeah.
Easy buy, easy purchase.
Very easy buy, very fun game.
I played Bernal Edge.
Okay.
Bernal Edge.
Bernal Edge. Yes.
As you discussed it, as I discovered. One bit of voice acting.
Yep.
I didn't like it super much.
Yeah,
I felt that some of the best parts of it were the story.
Yep.
And there wasn't enough of that.
Yep. Like I mentioned, combat was good.
It's fine.
Movement was okay. Story.
Actually, like I do enjoy the movement in that game.
Yeah. Like
I was kind of blown away to discover there was a flight ability because I would get places by just doing movement tech.
Yeah, the flight ability was pretty late.
But like even getting all the slimes on Slime Island,
I didn't bother. There were so many.
I did. And like after I got flight, I was like, oh, that's probably how you're meant to get some of these.
That makes sense.
They had really tricky jumps.
That makes sense. I did a lot of the tricky jumps and then realized that there were some that I physically couldn't access.
Oh.
So I gave up.
Yeah, there's some really good platforming movement.
There are some good ideas in that game. But it didn't come together to be like, yeah. Just it had some good parts.
Yeah. I think, like I said, the story should have been more.
Yes, the story had promise. They didn't do anything with it.
Like, man, I'd love to know what Saffron's deal was.
Yeah.
Man, I'd love to have more backstory on some of the character interactions.
Yep.
And it's just kind of not there.
Yeah, I just kind of didn't do it.
But it was fun. I'd get it on sale. If I was to say I recommend it. I appreciated the fishing and baseball minigames.
Those were fun.
They were very silly.
Yes.
Cows. Armstrong.
Oh, also, I turned the game to full turn-based, by the way.
You turned it to what?
Full turn-based.
Oh, okay. Where we'll just skip the waiting period.
You can watch it go. Yeah.
I had seen that the ATV game jumping.
Why are you so fast and doing so much cannon?
I played a little game called Quillinox that I'm going to go back to.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Not really a game, more of a sandbox thing.
Okay.
And it's also about just like making environments.
Okay.
Similar vibes to Terranil.
Mm-hmm.
You plant grass, and then with the grass there, you can plant trees. And then with the grass and the trees there, you can put rocks down and evolve the grass into wheat. And then you can get chickens to eat the wheat.
That sounds like fun.
So it's just like a sandbox system of just eventually making there be a diverse ecosystem.
Yeah.
Now you put down chickens, the chickens can evolve into ducks, the ducks can evolve into peacocks.
Okay, yeah.
Based on like environmental requirements and what food they have around.
Yeah. I should probably not be fighting here. These guys suck.
They do suck. They're tough too. And then lastly is Crystal Project.
Yeah,
which I played for 60 hours across, I think, 5 days.
It's a good one.
There was a couple times I got frustrated not knowing where there was left to go. Was that? Did Arrow cast float on you?
No, they cast float on me previously though.
Oh, okay.
Like that right there.
Gotcha. You must be more vulnerable to air when floating.
Yes.
Making
and
these
heavy
things
makes you
really
more vulnerable to earth. Can I go? Can I leave? No, everyone light? No, okay. I would like to leave now. I'm gonna have to just start fighting them.
Yeah. 10 turns in. Decide to kill. I have a couple negative things to say about Crystal Project that I'm gonna get out of the way.
Like with it?
One, it's not that I think the difficulty is overtuned or anything, but I think the damage from enemies on normal difficulty is way too high. And I did eventually switch it down to easy because I was just like, I'm max level and I'm facing this boss and I'm built, and even with going in and changing my growth levels and tweaking stuff, my tank is still getting one shot by physical attacks. My cleric is still getting one shot by magic attacks. And while for a long time I had systems to play around that, like by using re-raise or by using everyone in my party had the Aegis ability that lets you survive a hit at full HP.
Sure.
I found that to be an incredibly useful ability the entire game, and it takes 1 skill point to have. But yeah, what tipped it was getting to the top of the big tree and that boss just being...
That boss is just dumb.
But like I still had that experience before with some of the undersea bosses and with like the crag demon and
crag demon. Yeah, well,
the rampart demon. So some of the harder bosses.
Okay, well, crag demon's a joke, but
crag demon is kind of a joke once you adjust.
Well, there's not much adjusting. There's one particular skill that makes him a joke.
Yeah.
But for the rest of them, like, Soul Cage is just ridiculously hard.
Yeah. And like the extreme difference between an enemy like Soul Cage and then Anubis, where Anubis was tough, but immediately I understood the strategy was, I'll just get rid of all of its MP. Yes. And then it will literally be able to do nothing because that's this dungeon's gimmick. So I just switched 2 of my characters over to have Scholar Magic, and
yep.
It was like, okay, in downtime, instead of attacking, what you're gonna do is MP sickle.
Yep. It's pretty funny.
It's like I could see the strategy there.
Yeah.
But like the squid boss in the depths
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's extra fast, and all it does are team-wide physical attacks.
Which one?
What?
Which one?
The squid.
Squid is Pursuer?
I don't remember their names.
Okay.
Their names weren't interesting enough for me.
Well,
there's the squid, there's the shark.
It helps me remember what they're doing. Shark was Devourer.
Shark was Chum the Waters.
Yes.
And then Devour characters in the line.
Yep.
Squid was its debuffs don't end.
That's right. Okay.
So it blinds you.
That's the one where I got
sleep.
a heavy use out of Warlock.
Which is fair, because kind of that's what I did for a while, and then I switched up my strategy to I'm just gonna come in here with a fully stacked summoner, and we're just gonna erase the squid fast enough that 1 turn of blind and 2 turns of dodge all physical attacks is enough.
Ah, I see. Yeah. So I think that was the one that was the damage race for sure. There's one that is you just blitz it. That's the strategy, and I think that may have been it. The funniest one, the funniest one to me was Cthulhu, because he's also a joke.
Yeah, he's not hard. That one under no circumstance was hard. And then there was the ad boss with the tentacles.
Yeah.
Or with the like lampreys that it has.
Yeah, I don't remember that one too well.
I don't either. I didn't find it until I'd already dropped the difficulty. So
I see. So some of those late game bosses, I don't know how to normally fight them, because there was a thing in version 1.0 that I'll talk about now. It was really dumb, and it was why the build, or the I told you I had a separate team for bosses.
Yeah.
That I would load up. So there's this fun fact about 1.0 Crystal Project. The assassin skill coup de grace used to be either completely weapon independent, or you could at least also use a bow with it.
Okay.
Now, you see, you could lean into that super hard.
Yeah.
There's a bow that makes you deal double damage to sleeping enemies.
That's Dream Hunter.
Yes, Dream Hunter. Let you do double damage to sleeping enemies. Now there's a reason why I had Assassin as the subclass and Mimic as the primary class. And that was for the Equip All passive.
Yeah.
Because I needed to be able to use stuff from 2 different armor classes. Because I needed the... What was it called? It wasn't the Raven Cloak. There was a... So the hat was the captain's hat.
Sure.
Because it... Like, basically, I put on all the gear that stacked your dexterity as high as possible.
Yeah.
And then I had my shaman put the enemy to sleep, and then I would delete them with the assassin.
Sure.
So the idea was, my tank would apply, I think, burning and bleeding guaranteed, or like at least 2 statuses from attacking, right? Because Reaper applies bleeding, and you could get, I think, poison and burn with an accessory and a passive. So it would apply.
Yeah, you get all 3 with 1 character pretty easily.
Yeah, so I would do that. And then my Weaver would apply slow and daze. So I would just get 5+ debuffs. I think it was possible to get 6 if I got lucky. Debuffs on the enemy. And then put them to sleep, so for like a 6th or a 7th debuff, right? For coup de grace. And then double the damage because they were asleep. And then if that would do 50%, because it's assassin passive, it would do... It would get... Because you were sometimes doing ×4 damage and you could one-shot bosses. Yeah, it was stupid. There's a reason it got
I
patched.
didn't do anything like that. Boss fights for me were actually longer.
It got patched out, but the build didn't work until you got a drop from one of those deep sea bosses. So it's not like I could do it early game. But it is how I beat like Soul Cage. It is how I beat probably the squid, not the squid boss, the tentacle boss, right? And I did have fun with it beating the super true final boss. Just one-shotting the main enemy. It was fun. They patched it out after that.
See, my bossing strategy was Valkyrie hold aggro. Very easy with Valkyrie.
Yes, the AoE aggro pull was good.
Also, Valkyrie was a stance tank.
Yes.
Where I gained
stance healing.
Yeah, stance healing and stance adrenaline.
Okay. Yeah. So
I just switched between
lots of shouting and stancing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Makes sense. Good strategy. I went backwards. Was I supposed
mages are on alternate duty because Dervish is primary attack.
Sure.
With support as summoner, because summoners both. Dervish passive means that I don't really have MP problems with that character.
That's the one that steals MP.
Adrenaline increases or restores MP as well.
AP restores MP. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Scholar is a support. Like it's a mixed bag.
Yep.
Support abilities. Yes. And then Cleric, which is also like primarily healing, but fucking don't slouch on those
support
damaging abilities for Cleric.
Yeah. Also, yeah. So here's the thing. Oh, fun fact: I think they buffed those holy skills since I played as well.
They were very important in a couple fights, like Anubis, who's only vulnerable to one kind of magic at a time.
Unless you use
holy.
Elementless, yeah.
No.
For sure. So
and then so you're dealing steady damage with magic.
Yeah.
And then also I have the Fencer. And the Fencer is an assassin as a perfunctory thing, just to have a second ability, and sometimes the assassin abilities are useful.
Wait, really? That was just kind of an eh? That's interesting.
That was just kind of an eh.
You should have gone with Ninja then.
No, incorrect.
Ninja Fencer was like amazing.
I don't like Ninja. I don't like the abilities. It's
not about the ninja abilities.
I don't like the passive.
That's it, but it's just more damage.
No, more damage is Fencer's plus 60% crit damage ability, which is the primary reason I'm Fencer. So I have my Fencer spec with levels and with equipment to have effectively a 100% crit rate. 95 was as high as I could get without being.
Okay, you went that way. Okay.
Super cheesy.
Okay.
On top of that,
yeah,
you have the Fencer ability Checkmate.
Yes.
And it's just using Checkmate.
Yeah. Well, if you're just using Checkmate, is Checkmate the one that just has a small chance to do like 5 times damage?
Yeah.
That's why you do Ninja. You get 2 rolls of that.
But Ninja's rolls are both at minus 40%.
Wait, did they? It's not 30? Did they nerf Ninja? Oh, well, see, here you go.
Where Spencer's is plus 60%.
Well, you see.
And I have sustained just fine because I have 2 support mages and a pretty beefy tank that has multiple ways of resurrecting themselves.
Well, you see. My strategies are going to be different from your strategies. There was a pretty big balance patch right after I played.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely found Fencer to be the best physical DPS.
Fencer was a pretty good physical DPS.
Because it was pretty easy to get 100% crit rate. And then on top of that, Fencer's Eagle Stance, which is free, is 25% extra crit damage minus 25% non-crit damage, but I'm essentially
You're
not
always
doing
critting.
non-crit damage.
Yeah. For sure. I think I ended up. What was my primary? I sent it to you. It was like it was probably assassin hunter.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot more assassin skills could be used with a bow.
Yes. And like that's the character that had the most shift over the game. Because there's a lot of really good physical DPS options in the game. Just the way I build my RPG parties, it's tank, a healer, magic, and physical.
Yeah,
that's how I've done it since Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah.
If you want to have 2 physicals in that game, that's probably the way to go.
Is what?
Just drop the mage.
Oh, okay.
Physical damage is so strong in Crystal Project.
Physical damage was pretty strong, yes. Where are you?
But yeah, I ultimately went with the just focus down with checkmate.
Okay.
And then for a long time at the beginning and middle of the game, my physical damage character was primarily a status monkey. With poison, bleed, and fire on the same attack.
Yeah,
But
dots
as you get further
nice.
in the game, like bosses have 95% damage resistance.
Yes,
to that
bosses
shit.
just love to not care about your dots. They don't outright negate them, which is nice, but yeah, they're like, nah, no. These do percentage health. We have to tone that down.
And so it was like, well, we're just gonna use checkmate, and checkmate's just gonna get rolls for 9,000 damage.
Yes. Yep. Let's see here. Okay, so that grass on the left is gonna be my indication.
Another consideration was ninja can only use knives, or ninja weapon.
Oh well, I mean,
and I found rapiers to be just the best.
Oh well, yeah, that's why
bows were the best.
That's why you. Well, okay, again, this was me. That's why you just put equip rapier passive on, and
I realize.
Yeah.
Another passive I want to have on the character.
Yeah. It was ridiculously good for when I played. I don't know how they changed it.
But Dervish Summoner was a very good combo for a mage. And
that's not right.
Scholar is very good. Blue Mage, good in that game.
Yes. Actively really good. And also you could turn it into your primary magic damage dealer.
Yeah.
Which was really funny. For the use of the lucky dice. Oh, there we go. That's what I thought.
I just didn't like variance.
That's fine. Variance plays really well because of the stacking property that they cover. Just because it's like, hey, the upper end can continue to go as high as you want, but the lower end can only ever be 0. So you just keep going, and you get yeah, just all the variants, all the luck, and then you put on the gear that lets lucky dice randomly be able to do AoE. And it's just stupid.
So Demon's Mail seems like it should be good.
Probably, yeah. Okay, so I think that's it. We need more chocographs. All right. Now we look for suspicious cracks in walls.
Would you like to guess what the last mastery seal I found was? specifically the accessory, the seal, not the last class I mastered.
Right. You mean the class master that gives you the seal.
Yeah.